Greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we are all doing great. Yes, over here in this temple, every steps of our ways. Abba Yahuwah, the Eternal Mighty One, is highly loved, always and eternal. I love you, Abba. Yes, I do. Love you. Sometimes we make such a great noise in Abba Yahuwah. Do you know what I do? I always take great pride in Abba Yahuwah's sufficient grace. Yes, that keep me on. That is the secret. That is the weapon. It keep me on. Good times, bad times, it just keep me on and make me fit until the day of Yahushua HaMashiach coming. Hallelujah. I just love that. Thank you, Abba. All right, now, family. I want to do something again powerful, unique today. We are already here. So privileged, to be in His presence. Oh, all right now. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. God System Judaism. Fill your father's cup. It is hard to kick against Yahuwah's new covenant. Jeremiah 31:31. All right now, like he said in Abba Yahuwah's word, that man ought not to live by bread only, but by every single word that proceeded out of the mouth, eternal fiery mouth of Abba Yahuwah. Family, can we do that now? Can we feed our spirit with the word of Abba Yahuwah, the eternal living word, the double-edged sword? Why should there be a vacuum in our soul? Why should there be an empty place in our soul whereby the days are so evil? The days is so evil. Enemy is busy left and right, front and back, night and day, looking for a way to pull you down. And there you are, sleeping. There you are, busy. Take care of your physical body. Okay, there you are, putting food every now and then to nourish your physical body, whereby your spiritual being is being neglected, okay, being starved, not feeding your spirit with the word of Abba Yahuwah. That is the only way you're going to conquer these evil days. That is the only way you're going to prevail against your enemy. That is the only way you're gonna succeed. You're gonna have the upper hand upon your enemy. Yahushua said that we should watch out that no man take our crown. They almost did that to me last week. If not for Abba Yahuwah's grace, Judaism wanted to take that crown away. All right, that's what they did to me. That dragged me down to fasting. 3 days dry fasting. No water. I give it away. Because New Testament is the mirror I used to see. New Testament carry answer for me I couldn't find in the Old Testament. New Testament put me under the blood of Yahuwah and removed me from the system of goats, from the system of Azazel, from the beast system. It is the blood of Yahuwah that set me free from that. And Judaism is out there in search for the glory to take it away. And you are sleeping. Wake up is the nature of this segment. Don't let them take your crown. Don't let them take your crown. Now what happens last week, yeah. Oh my Yahuwah. Oh my Yahuwah. It was a terrible experience for me. I cried my life. I was so broken, shattered by what I heard from Judaism. Now, I don't know what brings about that. All of a sudden, something you flash it in my face and say, Constantine, that was how they titled it, is the founder and the author of the New Testament, is the God of the New Testament. I said, what? That is blasphemy. Constantine, pork eating Constantine, a worshipper Constantine, a demon feed Constantine. You said is the God of the New Testament. They said is the God speaking the New Testament. I said, no, 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 no. What are you saying? Then I just clicked it. Let me listen to what are they saying over there as I begin to hear. Oh my, oh now, that was so heavy. I begin to shed tears. Why? Because I now found some truth that broke me down. All my life, almost these 20 years I've been with Yahuwah, I thought Matthew wrote the book of Matthew, Luke wrote the book of Luke, John wrote the book of John, Mark wrote the book of... That was all I know. I thought the eyewitness wrote it down. I never knew it was being passed on to other people to write it down. I was broken. That one, first of all, I was so much afraid. What is it? And I said, it's like I'm being deceived. So what I'm believing all my life isn't true? Does that really mean I believe the not Constantine? Is he really actually the God of the New Testament? Oh no, why am I being deceived? I cried. Then I now make this up in my mind. I want to hear from Abba Yahuwah. Why should I fall into this mess? I want to hear. Does that mean there is no Almighty? Does that mean Yahuwah doesn't live? Why this and why that? I was so much afraid. Heaven knows I'm not lying. I was just waiting for 6 o'clock in order for me to start fasting. When it was 6, I go on my knees with a humble heart, begin to cry before Abba Yahuwah. Who am I believing? I said, Auntie, I want to go on the fasting of Queen Ardasa for 3 days and 3 nights, no water, dry fasting. Okay, I start this journey. So at night, Abba Yahuwah spoke a comfort word unto me, touched my heart. He said, be not troubled. He put his hand on my heart. He said, no, fear not. Now, he now tell me to go and do a research error in the New Testament. So I should go and do research error in the New Testament. Okay, so I just woke up, I put it in the internet, New Testament error. So I saw some, they say New Testament error is about 1,000. And some history also said 3,000. So and I clicked it and I begin to listen. So what are the New Testament error that make Judaism to say Constantine, a pork uncircumcised Constantine, wrote is the God of the New Testament? That is strong blasphemy. All right, like I always love to say, it's not by sensational, not by emotional, not by radiation burning at all, or by the royal law subjective that Constantine never wrote the New Testament. It's never the God. It's nonsense. It's never the God of the... Constantine is nonsense. It's never the God of the New Testament. Never. I want to do it. Let me tell you, Judaism. Let me tell you, it is very hard to kick and gaze the ordinances of Abba Yahuwah. You can't do it. Rather, you're going to find yourself being crushed and grounded into powder. When the fallen deities, when they try their best to turn upside down, to overthrow Abba Yahuwah, to stand on the ways of Abba Yahuwah, they got crushed and be banished out of heaven. Now, in Genesis 3, when the first man and the first woman also dare try to stand in the ways of Abba Yahuwah to push back his covenant, they also got crushed and got banished. So it is very hard to kick against what Abba Yahuwah has ordained. So when I clicked on it, and I begin to see, like I said, is this what they call error? Like Mark chapter 1, verses 41. The original text said that Messiah moved with hunger to heal that leopard man. And the popular one we carried, he said Messiah moved with compassion. That is the error. The error of translator. Now, I'm not going to start with that. I just quickly want to put that, So this is their eye opening. This is what they open my eye into, to begin to see the error. And in order for you to be questioning, if there is God, if there is Yahuwah, why is this so? Why can't he preserve it? Why? So when I find, is this why they are batching on it? They say, yes, this is the error they say. All right now. So let's go into the royal law. So today, what we want to do here today, not necessarily, reading the scriptures, but I just want to point out that these people, they failed to do justice as Abba Yahweh, or rather the word of Abba Yahweh command us to do. They failed. In those days, your father's cup has a yes, feed. There's this space. That was why Yahushua said, come and fill it up now. We are the one to point to the cup of your father that still has some space needed to be filled. Now, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 4. Let's start with this. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Messiah, who is the image of Yahuwah, should shine unto them. You are being blindfolded. Okay, as I said, the ghost system you are under has already blinded you for you not to see the true light of the gospel. You couldn't see the light of the gospel. Rather, you not begin to allude this great glory unto Constantine. Really, Pork eating Constantine. We know what they put in. We know what they wrote. If you want to know what is added into the royal law, look at Christianity. Check them all over. That's what is added. Christianity don't do what the gospel says. Christianity don't do what the book says. They just do what they feel like doing. That is what constitutes planted, not the New Testament. Come on now. There is a lot of places you should have been digging into and said, this is not my talks at all. This is Yahuwah. This is indeed Yahuwah. Ah no, Constantine at the Sunday. Constantine at the Easter. Constantine brought in all this nonsense. But Constantine never wrote the New Testament. No. You blasphemed. Now you blasphemed. All right, now I want to first of all start with the cup empty. We want to start with the leftover space of your father's cup. The mention of your father. There is a space. Yahushua said, right now, quickly fill it up. This also surprises me to also see even Apostle Shaul that was once a Pharisee fought so hard against this covenant. And Yahushua now got him blinded, struck him on the waist, stop persecuting my people. It is very hard, you can't do it. Then that same Apostle Shaul now begin to run to and fro, preaching the same gospel. And some of you is also coming out that same way, okay? You will be blinded. Although not the one as Isaiah blind you, because you are under God's system. You are under the blood of the code. Why? Because you are a goat. That is why you cannot see very well. You need to see this very well. Now I want to talk about the leftover space of your father's mansion. Matthew 23, 32 to 33. Fill ye up then the mansion of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell? You said Constantine wrote this? No, there's a verse from Madman. When Madman, demonic people is speaking, we know it. Abba Yahuwah said, keep Shabbat. Constantine said, no, it is son. They're going to be worshiping his son. Okay? Abba Yahuwah said, this is all my feast. Celebrate. Abba, Constantine Christianity said, no way. We're going to be doing ours. Christmas. All this nonsense. January 1st. Huh? Abba Yahushua said, this is the son until the heavens and the earth is no more. Christians said Jesus nailed their head to the cross. These are what they put in. They never wrote the royal law. They added. And we knew it. The Nance is a gospel. Those are the things they put in. Like the Roman Catholic. The book says, the royal law says, the New and the Old Testament says, the headquarters of the biblical Messiah is Jerusalem. Check it out. Look at what they put in. They now said now it is Vatican in Rome. And the royal law says only one name is given whereby man must be saved. Yahushua, Yahuwah says, or Yahuwah is our salvation. Constantine. They said, no way. It is Jesse. And the letter J that gave the Jesse is even here 400 years old. These are the things man made. How about Yahuwah said, these are my feasts. That needs to be celebrated in every season. Jesse, Jesus, Constantine. They said, no way. They're going to be celebrating Christmas, Easter, their Father Day, their Mother Day, their Children Day, their Wife Day, and their Love Day, and their Halloween Wednesday, their Nonsense Day. These are the things man made. The royal law never said tithe is money, only food. Jesus said, no way. That's what he opened his people eyes to. They are packing money every month. If you ask them to keep the law, they will say, no, Jesus said it's a curse on them. But if they want to steal, that goes to the law. These are the things they added. Now, that changes his name. The biblical Messiah, that changes his name. That changes his character. That changes his headquarter. That changes his feast. These are the things they added, not New Testament, my friend. Shut up. You will be, you will be crushed, okay? You will be crushed. This is going to bring about destruction. Let's put some. Now, Matthew again, 12:34. So, 34. You know, when Yahushua was also your forefather gave him tough time. They really stressed that guy. You are still stressing him. You are still calling him names, sir. Matthew 12:34. Oh, generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Did you see? Because your heart was still, your heart condition, it was so unclean. That is why you come, you look into the New Testament, you now begin to spread bad news about the New Testament and allude that glory and say it is not constituted. They put it together to knock out the Tanakh, which means the one you serve is so poor that you couldn't stop them not to do that. Because you see how New Testament get ground in the whole world, but although Christian is not doing what is inside the New Testament, no, they are doing Babylon. That is why the royal law called them mystery Babylon. They don't do what is inside there at all. If you look there closely, you know they don't do what is inside there. We all came out from there and returned back to our father rules and regulation. Christians don't do that. They eat pork. They break the Shabbat. They celebrate all kinds of paganism. We don't do that. Those are the things they added. No, they never wrote the New Testament, okay? The very first night of my journey of 3 days and 3 nights dry fasting, I call it the fasting of Queen Adasa, okay? I also do us on that scriptures because I want to know. I need help from Abba. You are fast before they destroy my looking mirror. The New Testament is the mirror I used to see myself. It is the blood of Yahuwah that came to rescue me, not the blood of goat you are under, the goat system. I don't want it. I don't want the system of goats. I don't want Azazel to carry my sin away. No, Yahushua do it for me once for all, and he did it. What is bringing me back to be Judaism again? That is, in a nutshell, that is what this guy is doing. Okay, trying to destroy the New Testament in order for you to drop it and become Judaism, and they are succeeding doing that. They have done that to so many people. But minus me, you can't take my crown. Listen now, this is where your forefathers started this madness. Okay, feel the leftover part of your father's cup or measure. Listen now, Bamebra, best known as Numbers 13. I read 26 now. Listen. And they returned from session of the land after 40 days, okay? And they, oh my father, what is that? Okay. And they went and came to Moshe and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. Very a land that flow with milk and honey, listen. And they told him, and said, we came unto the land where thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. What is milk? What is honey? It's the royal law. It is the word of Abba Yahuwah. This is the land of the Bible. This is the land of righteousness. This is the land of divine fellowship with Almighty Yahuwah. We are in His presence. Land of flow with milk and honey. That is my New Testament that consummates the Old Testament. You want to come and destroy it in my hand and say, Constitute? You are absolute mad. You are mad. For you are under beast. That's why you talk like beast. Goat. Salvation is so expensive. Actually, Matthew, that's what Yahushua said. Don't give what is sacred unto dogs, unto goats, and unto swine, pigs. So they're gonna tread it down, and they will tear it into pieces. Afterwards, they will turn against you. Actually, the royal law is too correct. That is what I'm seeing. That's the character I'm seeing in you. 29. Nevertheless, the people be strong, and that dwell. Listen, look, you hear the bad report now. They say that is good. Listen now. Nevertheless, the people will be strong that dwell in the land and the cities are word and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there, the Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea, and by the coast of Judah. 31. And Caleb stilled the people before Moshe and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we all were able to overcome. This is my position. This is the spirit I carried. I know Anak, Ammonite, Jebusite, Amorite, whatever constituting. I see their finger in the New Testament, but they are not the author. I took it. The one that belongs to them, I dump in the dustbin. Like Easter, I dump in the dustbin. I put in the dustbin. Like Messiah died on Friday, I dump in the dustbin. The one that belongs to them, I knocked it out of the way. That is my position in the New Testament. We are able to conquer. No matter the finger of wickedness in there, I will conquer it. Still, shut up. Don't know what you are saying. 32. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger. The constitution is so strong. Roman Empire, they are the father of religion. Islam, they are all stronger. They find them all. And all of this is beating against the New Testament. The whole world is fighting against the New Testament. But you all will be what? Squashed when Yahushua comes. 33. And they brought up an evil report. This is my consign. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And then I said the land is a graveyard. You always swallow everybody that goes there. And no. And all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature. Constantine, it's a Nephilim. Giants. Roman Catholicism, their pope, their father, is a giant. Goliath, they are all powerful. 34. And there we saw the giants, I said it already, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshopper, and so we were in their sight. So what are you saying today? Our hope is gone. The way they carry this book. Now you wanted, or as you saw, or you heard, I don't know what voice you heard that say, come over here, go and search the New Testament. Search it through. You're going to see it's your book. I give it to you, land of milk and honey, go there. When you got there, what did you saw? You now begin to tell us. I saw Constantine. Constantine, guess who I saw? Constantine is there. Goliath is there. Giant is there. Pharaoh is there. Nebuchadnezzar is there. And Judas is also there. And I also saw Cain. I also saw Jezebel. I also saw Delilah. Hey, they are all there. Hey, these people, Then you run for your life. Now you now run to internet, run away from New Testament. It is evil. In fact, in that New Testament, they are drinking people's blood. They are eating people's flesh. Constantine said, because they said Constantine was the one speaking all that time Yahushua is speaking. Constantine said, except you eat my flesh and you drink my blood, there is no eternal life in you. Constantine is eating human being flesh. Oh, he is drinking human blood. Run! The New Testament is evil. Run! It came from Roman Catholicism. Run! Emperor Nero put it together. Constant. You being evil. How can you speak of something good? You should have checked the character. Come on now. I'm not saying there's no error in the New Testament. No, there's error. Like the one that you first of all pointed out. Maybe if there is time, we'll put it in. Okay? How can Constantine put this book together? Do you know how many books? Do you know how all the books came back? Huh? Quickly, can I put that? I think that will be better before we start putting in. I want to point the error also in the Old Testament unto you. Because this is what you people open my eyes to. A thing I'm supposed not to be doing. Because when I began to do research, I also saw some history that said Moshe never wrote any 5 gospel. People also do it. As he narrated it unto them. They said people did it. That is what you exposed me to, okay? Now, what book was not in use? Matthew wasn't there. Mark wasn't. John wasn't. Acts of Apostle wasn't. Okay? These are the books you said they wrote. First Thessalonians and Second, that was what in use. First Timothy and Second Timothy wasn't. Titus wasn't. Okay? Hebrew wasn't. James wasn't. Okay, First and Second Peter wasn't. First John, Second John, Third John wasn't. Jude wasn't. Revelation wasn't. So what are you saying? How can Constantine put all these books together, and yet they will also remove some book and say we don't need this one, we don't need this one? That they have to debate it. There are a lot of struggles, and Revelation was the one to came in last. How can they put it and say we don't also want it again? Yes, you are spreading bad news about the land of milk and honey. Your forefather did it. Now, in Numbers chapter 40, you know what your forefather did? Yahuwah said, go and take this land. It's yours. They now begin to cry. Hey. They said they want to return back to Egypt. Just go and have rest. You say you don't want your own. You are going back to slavery. Then you return back to the slavery of Azazel. You return back to the animal system, the beast system in the sacrificial law. You want to let goat to be dying for you, and goat's blood to be to substitute for you. So you return back to the blood of the goat, and you return back to Azazel goat every year. But mind you, Abba Yahuwah is going to let you. He's going to prove this unto you. He's going to show you what men put together when Sharia law comes, when Abba Yahuwah confirms Quran, and you're going to be keeping Quran. And you're going to see everything in Quran is only self-made. Only Muhammad on top. Only Muhammad. Allah said to Muhammad, marry for. According to their madness, Muhammad got 11. Because everything about Quran is only to please Muhammad. It was just what they had desire. But not so. With the New Testament, the New Testament speaks about a holy lifestyle, speaks about who is on top is Yahuwah, speaks about how to live godly lifestyles. It speaks about a divine fellowship of a almighty Yahuwah and his people, and the how we need to live. That is the teachings of the New Testament. Not so in Quran. In Quran, Muhammad is on top, and the men of war, slave, and all this self-ordination. So when Abba Yahuwah put it together for you, then you're going to see what is the finger of man. Then you're going to see it. Now listen, in that Numbers chapter 40, what happened? All of you that spread evil bad news against that holy land, all of you died in the wilderness. And we know we are preparing now, proceeding now to the second Exodus. You all is going to die also over there. You are not coming out. Because all of them died. Abba Yahuwah killed all of them. No one except their children. In like manner, Abba Yahuwah is going to kill all of you because you spread bad news against the new covenant that consummated the old system. Yes. Not that Abba Yahuwah did not speak of new covenant. You know you are waiting, isn't it? But still, you couldn't go into it with a clear mind. You now begin to speak evil against it. So you will be killed, all of you. All of you will be killed in the wilderness. That is the second Exodus we are all proceeding into. All right now, Matthew 11:29. You dare say these are mere words? You belittle your maker to allow men to put this into. Oh no. I read Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that have labor, that labor and are heavy burden, and I will give you rest. And I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your soul. All right, why are we here? Why are we here? Now, Yahushua said, what is Yom Kippur in the first place? What is it being called? Shabbat of Shabbat. That is high Shabbat. That is what is being called rest. High Shabbat. That is what Yom Kippur is being called. Shabbat of, it says celebrate your Shabbat. Rest. And Yahushua said, I'm the one to give you that rest. You have been taught, in fact, you have been working so hard for salvation. You have been suffering under the blood of goats, under the leadership of Azazel. Now drop that system and come unto me. I'm the one to face it for you. You said no, it's not good enough. You said it is constantly speaking. Now you now return back to the blood of goats. Okay? You say you don't want that rest. And Yahushua is the eternal rest. And you say you don't want that rest. Now what rest do Azazel goat had for you? And what rest do the animal blood goat had for you? The blood of goat. What salvation do, are you going to be cleansing? Of course, you know that is never been done. Because it's year after year, year after year, year after year, year after year. Yahushua said, come and enter rest. Let me remove you from that system of a goat. You now enter internet. You now begin to speak evil. You now begin to cry. Don't go there. New Testament is evil. He only call you to come and have rest. You say you don't want it. And Abba Yahuwah said, go and search that and it's your property. And Yahushua, New Covenant, Romans chapter 9 verses 4 said, yes, is the covenants. The people of the book, yes, right? You hold the new and you hold the old. It is yours. And remember, Abba Yahuwah said, I think I'm going to be putting that. Like I said, I wanted to do some, talking, not even reading at all, but let's put some, just put some, this is just a start. Okay? This is just a start. Maybe I'm going to do that in another video, the error they said they found. Okay, like Hebrew 2:9 said. No, Romans chapter, Hebrew 2:9, I think so, said that Yahushua died, okay, let me quote Romans 5:1 said, let us have peace with Yahuwah. So the older writing or manuscript said, we have peace with Yahuwah. That is the error they are saying. Let us have peace. That is the one we have, not the present one. The older manuscript said, we have peace. This is what they call error. This is the error they said they found. What does this have to do with my salvation in the first place? Absolutely nothing. Is it not rest your soul is after on Yom Kippur? Because Yom Kippur simply means rest. Yahushua said, only in me you're going to get that rest. You say you don't want it. You want to return back to goat system, to beast system. That the blood of goat is going to cleanse you. Well done. You're going to meet that goat where it's been tied. Do you know how so serious your belly is? This is your belly to bear, okay? This is your belly to bear. You don't know how so severe it is? You don't know? He said, but bring that load to me. And let me take it away and give you rest. You say you don't want it. You want to return back to Egypt. You want to return back to Azazel goat. You want to return back to blood of goats. And you have perfectly done that. Now you are not Judaism. One more time, let me point to you the system you are. It is beast system. Daniel chapter 7, way down to chapter 8. That is the beast system. That came the goat system, okay? That came the cost, and not cost the entire cost epiphany. That took away the daily sacrifice. Animal system, where did they happen? Genesis 3. That is where they took away the daily sacrifice. Is the beast system. Okay, that is the one you are under. And Yahushua echoes that in Matthew 25, okay, 31 to 46. We see the goat also in his left hand. Could he get what he has done for them? They couldn't lay hand on it. Because why? They are goat. Revelation 14, 8 to 11. Go and see that beast system. The mark of the beast you are under. Leviticus 16. Yes, that is the Azazel goat, the one that cannot cleanse, the very one you return back to and begin to spread bad news against the New Testament. Yes, you return back to your vomit. So before I point the errors also in your New Test in your Tanakh for you, I want to put this part. For as much as many have taken hand to set forth in order to in order a oh no, for as much as many, you see, many was writing this great vision. Many, for as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us. This event is a fame. It was a powerful one. The one you want to try to, no, you are destroying your own life, verses 2. Even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning we are witnesses and ministers of the word. It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order most excellent. Did you see that? So Luke never wrote Luke, but he said he get this account from Luke. In those days, memorizing or memorization, that is the gift Yahuwah gave to men. According to some history that I did, they said that some of them can't write, they were illiterate, and they also said most of the disciples was also poor. They were unable, to buy ink. Those days was so expensive, so they coded it. So therefore, Yahuwah use the grafted in Gentiles, that can provide the materials need to put it down. Yahuwah use the what is wrong in that? Did Yahuwah use animal in this world? Even a donkey of Balaam? Did Yahuwah use a fish to do his work? What are you saying? I wanted not to do part 2. I wanted to just put it out, but I want to point you that you are hypocrites. Yes, you are hypocrites. You are so hypocrites. So you want me to leave the eyewitnesses and come and believe your trash that Constantine put it together. But this is eyewitness that is speaking that this message we wrote down. We got it from the very right source. And we not jot it down. So you want me to leave this one and come and believe you? No. No, this is too authentic. Your own is trash. Numbers chapter 15, 15 to 16. Yahuwah said this is a ordinances forever. He said the same law, ordinances apply to the stranger, okay, and apply to the native born. So what is the stranger? That is what we call grafted in Gentiles. It's in Romans chapter 11. You're going to find it over there. So grafted in Gentile carry the law as you carry it. And Romans chapter 11, it said Yahuwah is doing this in order to provoke you into jealousy because you rejected it. So the Gentile now hold it in a very high esteem. So the Gentile, that is why the New Testament is being written written in Greek. Because you guys, you couldn't stand, okay, the one that does, that we are not having what it takes to do that because of persecution that was going on those days. You know what happened. History have it. History have it. But though account of Matthew was being written in Hebrew, translated to Greek. No, in Aramaic, excuse me, in Aramaic, being translated to Greek. But every other one was written in Greek. Okay? Because it is one law that applies. Okay? Isaiah 56, 1 to 8. We also see over there that the Gentile is also going to be making a sacrifice. Abba Yahuwah is going to accept it because these are the one that is being grafted in. They love Yahuwah. They hold not these pork eating Christians, okay? But the one that wrote this book, that's what I'm saying. They are the one I'm alluding this to. Not Christians. Those are total garbage. Let me show you the high witness who take care of the screw, who take care of the book. Luke 4, go and read it 16 to 20. But after Joshua finished reading, he gave it back to them. They are the one that be in charge. And they are also the one in Acts of Apostles chapter 4, 17 to 18. You know, Acts of Apostles chapter 4, 17 to 18, they said to the apostles, never you teach in Yahuah's name. They are still the one doing all this evil. Never you talk about him. That is where they remove his name from the book. Never you. Never you, because they don't want to hear. And these are the people that skip the book. Because they say Matthew was written in Aramaic. So being translated. But that original text, we couldn't find it today. Maybe I'm going to do part 2. I think so. This should be part 1. I don't know. Matthew 5, 27 to 31 or so. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. See Yahuah's own. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. So what's the judgment? 31. Because you want your heart to be perfect. Why? We'll see that. Or 30, excuse me. And if that, okay, 20, let me just read it. And if thy right eyes offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into fire. 30. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into the lake of fire. So what is it working with? Our heart. Why? Let's go to why. Jeremiah 31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehudah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they broke, though I was a husband unto them. Listen, 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with them, with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahuwah, I will put my law in their inner part and write it in their hearts. In their hearts. So this is how Yahushua is writing the law in our hearts. The law says if you commit adultery, you do this, you do that. It said thou shalt not. The law said thou shalt not do it. Yahushua said, come. If you lost at all in your heart, you have already done it. And what is the penalty? The link of it, you will be cast into hell, or your body will be thrown into fire. So this is how he's writing the law in our heart, because he wants our heart to be perfect. He wants a brother to look at his sister and say, wow, Abba, you want thank you for her, for the way you built her without no lust attached to it. That is how the law is written in our hearts. And he started that already with all his apostles. This is part 1. I'm going to do part 2 right away. And this is how he wrote the law in the heart of all his apostles. Can you tell me anyone who messed up like all your raw murder in the Old Testament messed up in different ways? You couldn't see the error of your raw murder in the Old or in the Tanakh. How they messed up the whole matter. Only the little error you found in the New Testament, not even self-propaganda, error of translator, or translating, or copies, or writing it down, or spellings. That is what you said, Mark put together because of that error. Your great Moshe, your raw murder, you to know the error he did? Did you write him off? What about David? He murdered. He committed adultery. He took another man's wife and he killed her husband. And you still look up to him and call him your role model and say he's coming to save you. He's the one that is going to rule and reign in the new kingdom. You couldn't write him off. Why did you do such a great mistake? You're the one I look up to. Only the error you found from the Gentiles grafted in, putting in the word of Abba Yahuwah, when you were not there, where Abba Yahuwah sought for you, he could have found you. Therefore, he extended his right hand fellowship to other nations that say he's also going to gather, and they have to put it down. The little error you found in it, not the error that's going to cost your salvation. Here you now begin to patch on New Testament and rejected and said it is not man made up. So that's what I want to see in part 2. You are so hypocrite because the Tanakh or the Old Testament is also filled with error, mistakes in letters, and also mistakes in your role model, the one you look up to. And this is how Yahushua tell me now in all the apostles of Yahushua. As you said, it is mommy, but you're gonna pay. That is your belly to bear, because we know it is Abba Yahuah's finger. Now tell me now, which one fornicate? Which one commit all these wicked things we found in the Old Testament? You know why? Not even one. You know why? The law is written in their hearts. That is the new system. None of them messed up. No record of such and say this one fall into this nonsense and the other one fall into this nonsense. As we see from all your role model. What about Aaron? The one I went to go and make golden calf and I begin to bow to it? What about Moshe? The one Abba Yahuwah said, speak not to the rock, don't strike. He smote the rock again. For that, Abba Yahuwah said, you are not coming into the Holy Land. What about Solomon, the most wicked in all? 1,000 demons in the kingdom. And not turned the kingdom upside down. He brought about the dispersed and the lost of 10 tribes up to today. We are seeing such of them. Solomon did that, but he still read his Proverbs, and you still consider his text trustworthy for your salvation. You couldn't write them off. Only the little error you found in the New Testament, you now begin to say it is man-made. Why are you reading the Proverbs of Solomon is man-made? Because Solomon was filled with demons. That's what I want to see in part 2. I wanted not to, but let me do it since we are here already. All the 12 apostles of Yahushua HaMashiach, the law was written in their hearts. That was why we did not hear any nonsense. That was why all of them stick with one wife. Who did you bring out your history that says Kepha married 10 wives? Oh, your role model that breaks the law. King ought not to multiply wives. How many wives did King David have? Solomon, all your kings. Tell me. So we'll deal with that in part 2. So you are so hypocrite, because the Old Testament is also filled with error of translation, letters, spelling, words, and your role model who passed it out to you. They were imperfect. The royal law never fall from heaven. Okay? Abba Yahuwah, a holy mighty one, he gave it to men. He included men, he involved men. Of course, there's going to be imperfect. Of course, we're going to be seeing error of translation. Of course, because imperfect man is already being involved. But that is our problem. Our own is to just do what the royal law said and watch for Abba Yahuwah renovating it. You now begin to open my eye to be seeing these errors. So I want to use your own arrow to flog you now. Your Tanakh is filled with error. And I want to point that to you. I want to also open your eye to it. Not the only New Testament. Also with the Old Testament, okay? So family, this is part 1. And we do the part 2.